Morning guys, Bronco 37 here, and just want to do this video as everybody's curious as to what the stuff on the inside of this motor was going to look like. We used the rig that we made and we finally pulled it apart. There would have been absolutely no way that this motor would have come apart on its own without using this puller to actually pull it apart. We did also when we had some tension on the two boards pulling on the top, we used a heat gun and warmed up this seam along the bottom of the motor, and then all of a sudden it popped and opened up probably about that much. We were careful not to have too much tension on there, but I was amazed at how far it still gave. This is where the main crank seal seats in, and this is I believe where I'm getting my oil leak right here. There's just not a whole lot there, and it's all very oily inside here on this split line, and so I'm going to be careful with that, make sure that I get that cleaned up. On the pistons themselves, a couple of things here that are giving me a little bit of cause for concern. Let's see if I can get this all positioned here so that you can see that this whole thing kind of moves back and forth a little bit there. It's not a lot. I can't imagine that bearing is all worn out. So when I take the other two pistons out, we'll plastic gauge all that stuff and check it out. The actual pistons themselves and the piston rings, I was actually surprised to see, and actually a little bit disappointed to see that all that looks pretty good. This is exactly what it looked like when we separated the halves. You know, these piston rings all seem to be in okay shape, but I don't think that just looking at them is really going to tell the tale. They are moving in there, so everything should have been working. I know that when I squeeze this piston all the way around, or the compression ring rather, when I squeeze it all the way around and get it like squoze to the same diameter as the piston here, when I look at this end gap, that end gap appears to be about 3 times the size that it should be, and larger than the actual service limit that they give you of about 30 thousandths for that end gap, and it's definitely bigger than that. So you know, maybe the end gap is causing the issue. Maybe there's more wear on these rings than we realize. I don't know. But I'm going to get my dial bore gauge, and we'll start checking the bores. I'm going to bring a micrometer home today, and I'll measure up these pistons and just kind of start figuring out what we have as far as clearance and all that kind of stuff. But you know, there it is. It's all apart. It's on the bench, and you know, wait to talk to you guys about it. See what you think.